we find that great leaders, and again, every single one of you is a leader, ask somewhere around 2 times the number of questions than they give answers. So when we study them inside a room, they're asking more questions than they are giving answers. And I really wanted to dig into this. Why is that the case? Why are great leaders so curious? Why is purpose so reliant on curiosity? And I went to go talk to Carol Robin, who teaches the most popular class at Stanford Business School. And I asked her this question. And what she said to me is that the misconception sometimes is that as leaders, our job is to come up with the answer. Our job is to find the solution. But that's actually not the key role of a leader. The key role of a leader is to create the conditions where the best solutions can be found. So what we're doing is we're drawing the input from the people around us. We're tapping into their talents, right, in order to find the best solutions. And the best way we can do that is by leading with curiosity. The other thing is what I would bring to you from Ben and Jerry, which is to catch people doing something right. Catch people doing something right. So what they told me, Ben and Jerry, is that when they started their company, they had no idea what they were doing. Like literally they had no business experience whatsoever. So they started reading books. They started listening to lectures. They started reading Harvard Business Review. And what they found is that oftentimes the playbook for leadership was to catch people doing something wrong. You're looking for problems. You're looking for errors so that you can fix those errors, right? But they felt like that was only half the playbook. They felt like the other part of it was to catch people doing something right. So they made it their personal mission to really tune into, like, what are the little things, even the littlest things that people around them were doing well, and to make sure they caught that immediately and called that out. And they felt that that was just a much better way for them to operate. They became beloved leaders within their company because they would always be looking to catch people doing something right. And finally, when we think about tools and mindsets here for turning buyers into builders or outsiders into insiders, tune into people's energy. For those of you I was with in March, we talked a lot about energy and how important it is. But we talked about it at a very personal level. We need to manage our energy just as well as we manage our time. In fact, managing our own energy can be more important even than managing our time. But it's also important for us to tune into other people's energy as well. Because look, as leaders, 80% of communication is nonverbal. It's how people are acting, right? And tuning into that is very, very important because when you do that, what you start to realize is what makes people come alive. What are the things that really stoke their fire? And our job as leaders is to really tune into that. There was a boxing coach named Cus D'Amato. And Cus D'Amato, he coached Mike Tyson. Muhammad Ali called him the greatest boxing coach of all time. And he was asked about the idea of purpose. How do you find people's purpose in life? And what he would say is he would always, whenever he was looking at somebody new, whenever he was developing talent, he would look for a spark, a little spark, right? And when he found a little spark inside somebody, what he'd do is he would fan that spark until it turned into a flame, and then he would feed that flame until it turned into a big, roaring fire. And that's exactly what we're doing as leaders as well. We're doing that for ourselves, and we're doing that for the people around us. Oftentimes, we're looking for that little thing that we know energetically is making people come alive. And we can only do that if we're tuning not only into what people are saying, but how they're being, how they're acting. So one of our great jobs as a leader is to really tune into people's energy so that we can find those little sparks. We can start to feed those little sparks. And when we do that, we start to create what Alice called the it factor, right? Because all of us have that, but we need to be fed. We need it to be fueled. And our job as leaders is to do that.